Okay, so in this video, what I'm going to do is actually show you a few of my other favorite types of components or screen types that you could build in both polygraphs and ordered lists. And so we're going to go again over here to the left under my stuff. Again, I'm going to create a blank canvas here. So I'm going to go to custom activities, and up here at the top right where it says create a new activity, I'm going to select it. And then I get to name it whatever I want. And so this is going to be, we'll call this polygraph and ordered list. Of course, you can name it whatever you want to. I can choose the default style between the different grade bands that'll make the buttons bigger or that sort of thing, but I'm just going to stick with the default style here. You can play and explore that as you go. But let's go ahead and create new activity. And let's first do a polygraph. And if you haven't seen a polygraph before, imagine a giant game of Guess Who in your classroom where students have 16 cards, they select one. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one real quick. Let's hop over here and look at a polygraph. And so here's one that you could do with this. It's got 16 sets of lines. Students select one, and then they take turns answering questions back and forth, trying to guess what line a student has selected. But let's go back here and let's kind of build our own. We can have some fun with it. You can make whatever you want to. I've seen lots of creative ways that educators have done this. And so I'm going to go down here to the very bottom where it says polygraph. It's the last thing down here under the full screen components. And it is going to take up my entire screen. And I'm going to create my polygraph. And typically what you'll want to do is select this graphing option right here on the left. And when I do that now, I can go in and I can add a graph if I want to by just putting in a line if I so choose and create this card. Maybe I want to do lines. That's great. I can do that. But maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I'm doing something else. Maybe I'm discussing atoms in science or something like that. One of the things you can do is add an item and actually add an image. So up here at the top where it's that plus where it says add image, and let's just say you have 16 images of atoms on your desktop here. You can add in those atom images and you can turn off the grid on the graph. And so notice now we just have an image for a card. You can even zoom in a little bit if you want to. And so suddenly we have this beautiful atom, and students can select atoms and then ask each other questions. Or I don't know, let's do one more here. I'll walk through it again up here at the very top. I'll hit a plus. Maybe I'm having students discuss authors or something in our classroom. And so I'll come down here, hit the plus, do image, and then upload some famous authors. I'll have 16 of them. Again, I definitely wouldn't mix science and English like I am now, but that's totally up to you how you do it, whatever subject, whatever you're teaching. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to get rid of the grid, the x-axis by hitting that tool, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit there. There we go, and hit next. And notice I have those different cards, and of course it's yelling at me because I have a repeat. I need to take that card out. But you can go in and just upload those images. And after you do one image, you notice it automatically set another one there. So all you'll have to do is come up with 16 of them. And then when you finish and when you're done, you'll have your set of cards that students will be faced with where they'll pair off and guess each other. In here too, it'll prompt you to write a few questions if you wanted to help students as they go. But it's a great way to get conversation and discourse going in your classroom. Like I said, all you really need to do is create 16 graphs or have 16 images of whatever you're trying to do in your classroom setting. So I'm not going to finish that there. I'm going to leave that up to you. Use your imagination, create something. But I'm going to show you one other thing in here, one other type of component that may be a little bit different that people don't always use that I think you can do a lot of fun stuff with. So this one right here is called an ordered list. And what an ordered list allows you to do, it prompts you to kind of give you a list of things. And it allows you to actually, come up with whatever you want to. So let's say, for instance, I don't know, maybe let's add a title to it. Let's just call it planets. And I'm going to go order from closest to the sun to furthest. And then I'm just going to put in a list of planets. So let's just do it. We got Mercury. We got Venus, we got Earth, we got Mars, we got Jupiter, and We'll just stop there. We'll just go with 5 so you can see what it's like. And then I'll hit preview, and there they are, closest to furthest, but I want them actually to be scrambled up. And so I can come over here at the top right where those 3 dots, and it says randomize items. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as my answer key, so it'll automatically grade it. And then notice it'll randomize items. So what that'll do is it'll shuffle them up, and it'll be different for every student. So now if I hit preview, notice Mars is first, Venus is down here, and the student will have to go through and actually put them in order. So let's see, if I do Mercury first, and then Earth, or there's Venus and then Earth, and then Mars and then Jupiter, I'll get the check up there. So I've seen all sorts of creative ways this is used, whatever kind of thing you can imagine. Maybe it's putting steps of something in order, steps of equations. Maybe it's listing famous events in historical order. You can do that. I've seen lots of creative ways to use it. And of course, once you finish and if you built your couple screens, hit that publish button and it will create this into your custom collection here. So I'm going to hit publish. It's going to go over here under my stuff, custom activities, and there's what we just created. So use your imagination, have some fun. Those are 2 of my favorite screens that you can actually create that really get students thinking and get students talking in the classroom.